Hi, this is Scotty with Profit System Blueprint, back once again to walk you through the process of setting up your WordPress blog. In a previous video, we looked at how we could set up our WordPress blog automatically using Fantastico. And once again, Fantastico is a script that's offered by many host providers, web host providers, that allows you to automatically set up a WordPress blog with just a few clicks. Well, in some cases, there are web providers that do not offer Fantastico. And also, there may be instances where you would like to set up your blog manually. So I would like to take this time to walk you through that process of setting up your blog manually. Now, in order to do that, there's a couple of things that we need to do first. One, we need to establish a database. Two, we need to modify the configuration file that's provided with WordPress so that we can tell WordPress exactly where our database is located. And then there's a small name change that we need to make to the actual WordPress configuration file. So let's get started. We're going to start by creating our database. To do that, I'm logged into my back office of my web host provider, and I'm going to use the MySQL server. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the page, and I'm going to select Add Database. I'm going to type in the name of the database that I want to create. I'll just call this my WordPress database 2. And I could give it a description if I like. My WP database 2. And I'll select next. My database has been successfully created. Now, once my database has been created, I need to associate a user with this particular database, and that is I have to establish a username and grant that user certain privileges for accessing the database. So since I have some users already created, I'm not going to create another one, but if I was going to create another one, I would do it right here in this area. I'd simply create a username, password, and then I would assign the role that I want this user to have in regards to this database. In our case, we would want to use DBA. That means that I'm going to give this user the role of database administrator. Okay, so I'm simply going to select a user here. I'm going to select the role, which is database administrator, and I'll select grant. And in just a moment, it tells me that the user has been granted the rights to this database. Okay, so I'll simply select finish. Okay. Now I'll scroll down to the bottom here, and we can see the database that we just created. I'm going to click on it so we can see the content of this particular database. Okay, now we're looking at the database management. This is my MySQL database, and we see the host name. I will need that information for my WordPress configuration file, and here is the actual database name that I established. Here is the user that I associated with the database, and then this user also has a password that was established for using with my database. So this information here, we need to jot this information down so that we can use it in the next step, and in that next step we'll be modifying the WordPress configuration files. So I'll see you in the next video where we'll take a look at modifying the configuration files and getting everything uploaded to our web host. Thank you.